tremendous honor of receiving and hosting you in Kenya for the Africa Climate Summit.
Traditional knowledge with conventional scientific
employees and any informal sector participants.
Substantial contribution from the European nations and significant investment of industrialization that respects the environment and supports our planet, made up of incomparable, young, resilient, and motivated for granted. And I commend, honor, and thank you. Permit me, Excellencies, demonstrated that African solutions are not just appropriate and scale of what we have been able to accomplish in
honest investors, especially on carbon trade.
Go the extra mile for the sake of a brighter future.
Natural resources is necessary for progress in our journey into the future.
Governments have made to the African people.
There remains existential challenges of our time. I am satisfied that we have done very well in our...
President Ruto, African leaders, let us create an Africa.
We are here speaking on behalf of African youth to not only share the urgency with Mr. President for recognizing the crucial role young people play
In addition, Kenya
of Africa presenting their declaration and making it clear.
Proud that we gave yours
solutions. My fellow children and I, cycling and tree planting. Climate finance.
A little bit of time for responses. We're going to hear from a few.
Our pledge, our commitment in very specific areas.
Energy systems aligning with the ambitious Nairobi Declaration. Humility, I thank you for kindly and may God bless humanity. Asante sana. Thank you. You have done very well. Congratulations. Proud of our progress we have made and eager to embark on the climate change, for giving me the opportunity to champion this space. We must approach our date with an African future. Proceeding on the recognition that the innovative technologies ready to question the things we do, always seeking opportunities to collaborate locally as we need. The cradle of human...
To also have our colleagues from the African Youth Climate Assembly team, Ms. Watuti, Mr. Brian Miner, and Alfonso, to join us in sharing the...
We have no doubt, listening to our leaders, that they understand the existential threats posed by the climate emergency, and in totality, hearing from them, we have some convergence on very critical issues. And one of it is enhanced contribution by those who have caused the climate crisis to honor their commitment by deeply cutting their emissions, because that is where the biggest problem is, and ceasing from transferring the burden of action to the victims of their actions in the name of forced solutions to climate change. And so, also, providing, which is very important, adequate, predictable, and easily accessible finance, particularly for adaptation and resilience building in Africa. At this critical moment, Excellencies, we urge you to prioritize the suffering of the people of Africa, regardless of this outcome. We implore to act with one vision and speak one voice at the upcoming COP28 in UAE, and really urge you to really reflect on what is happening to our people. I want to conclude by saying that time is of essence. The scientific evidence is compelling, the window of opportunity is closing, and the stakes are too high. We must act swiftly, together, for a sustainable, ecologically just, equitable future for Africa and the world.
In light of the increasing impact of weather, climate, and water extremes over the African continent due to climate change, the most vulnerability of the continent and the need for the whole Africa to urgently adapt to the impacts of climate change. The World Meteorological Organization supports strongly the development of the Nairobi Declaration, and also strongly committed to supporting the development of capacities for the generation of sound and impact-based information services for climate change adaptation and mitigation. In particular, WMO, together with the relevant UN agencies through the UN Early Warning for All, which is commissioned by the UN Secretary-General Mr. Guterres to cover all the nations with early warning services by 2027, in the next 5 years. In supporting the strengthening of capacities of all the nations to generate and utilize the early warning services. In response, WMO with the African Union Commission and other UN agencies have just launched at this summit in the past 2 days the African Regional Climate Statement and the African Regional Early Warning for All Action Plan to enable information for supporting national, regional, sustainable socio-economic development. African solutions need a global support and also global contributions. Your Excellency, to garner the essential political support and provide strategic leadership for the early warning for all, WMO would like to confer the WMO Continental Champion role to His Excellency, the President William Ruto. And this is a great opportunity and also great honor. And I do believe this will provide the great support for the African climate solution. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Solutions made.